I appreciate you. How does DDP versus RDR end? Oh, let me tell you. Once RDR's done turning DDP into a balloon animal, he'll pop DDP. And then when he pops DDP, he'll think it's over. And then he'll hear a rumbling. And he'll feel the cage rumbling from underneath and go, what the fuck is going on here? I don't understand. And then there'll be like a shadow that will start at the bottom of his feet, and he'll think that's my shadow on the ground, and he'll look down and see it. And then the shadow will get bigger and bigger and bigger. And then DDP in the shape of an anvil will drop on Reina Dorida. And then once Reina Dorida lifts him off, you'll think the fight's over. Reina Dorida lifts him off with a leg press. And then Reina Dorida's built like some kind of like accordion slinky human type thing. And he starts sort of like slinkying around the octagon. And then DDP sort of goes like this with him. And pops him back into a normal version of RDR. And then just knocks him out with a right hook or some shit, you know what I mean? But then, once he's going in to finish RDR, once he's dropped him with the right hand, he steps on a rake. And that hits him in the face. I don't know. That's all I do. Thank you very much for the $2. Piggy built like Pavlovich with a 32-inch waist. People forget, man. Dude, I'm telling you, my waist ain't that big, but I've been stuffing my face since the DJ collab, so I need to lose this 10 pounds again. But yeah, I am built like Pavlovich. Pavlovich has got longer arms than me, but I'm taller than him. For sure. Yeah, he ain't big, dude. Pavlovich ain't even a big dude, dude. You know what I'm saying? Pavlovich is kind of small dude. I think the cutoff's right where I'm at. The cutoff of being big is right where I'm at, dude. Because Pavlovich is kind of small when you think about it. Thank you for the $3. Danny the Viking. I appreciate that. For the $5. Yeah, that would happen. Thank you for the $5. You sound terrible. Herpes outbreak again. No, not herpes that makes my nose go runny. No. That's not herpes, is it, mate? I've got a runny nose. JDM would have lost to Burns if not for a last-second lucky submission. Now, all of a sudden, everyone thinks he can beat Islam. Just ignoring the Bilal Muhammad fight. Thank you for the $5. Ilya Tapuria would have lost to Jai Herbert if he followed up with the right follow-up shot after he head-kicked him nearly out cold. What makes you think you can beat Makhachev? JDM had some adversity in a fight. JDM had some adversity in a fight, and if he didn't fuck up someone and finish them while having one arm, then he actually would have lost. But Makhachev, who's been fucking flatline KO'd before by Adriano Martins, don't have none of his previous fights brought up. Oh, now I remember. Shut the fuck up, dude. These guys you're trying to match up with Makhachev have shown weakness before in fights. Makhachev's been chinned. Shut up. And real ones know it was 1-1 going into the third in JDM Burns. True. Dude, I'm so sad Whitaker lost. If only he won round 5. I know, dude. Impression of BJ Penn saying, wow, look at her ass. Look at her ass. Wow. Look at her ass. I can't see her ass anymore, folks. Come on. Does personality matter more than looks or what? I don't know. I don't interact with humans, so I try not to think about all that. Personality or looks. I don't interact with people. Lucas Tracy tried justifying Ikram on the main card. Yeah. It's going to last all throughout the 2020s, I tell you. Just left my girlfriend. Thank you for the $5. What's this? Just left my girlfriend. A lot of guilt, but I think it's best for both of us. We were on and off for the last 3 years, and I'm 32. Don't want to waste any more time. Thank you for the $5. Yeah, that's good. Thank you for the 5. I guess that's good. That's a good thing. Thank you for the $5, dude. Best of luck. Best of luck moving forward. You don't want to waste any more time. Oh, because you don't see her being the one, I guess. I mean, sure. Thank you for the $5. I feel like wasting time would more apply to being completely single in your 30 and looking to start dating. But apparently wasting your time is being in a relationship with a girlfriend at 32. But on and off is never good. I agree. On and off is never fucking good. Because if you're on and off living as free single humans with no responsibilities as much, then how on and off are you going to be when you got these fucking crying human babies stressing the fuck out of you in the same house? So I agree. On and off is fucking destined for disaster. Impression of Pedro sprinting at Nina anxiously. Okay. No. What do you think? What do you think the matchup? I can't impersonate that, but yeah, she'll probably sue me for that. What do you think the matchups are for the top 5 at lightweight? Armand versus Pimlet, Gaethje versus Hooker, Holloway versus Oliveira. Winner of Armand versus Pimlet fights Ilia Topuria. Thoughts on Khabib's game plan for Hamzat? I don't know what his game plan. Chins him. Sad as that is, I understand you can't box. Hey Guru, currently 300 pounds. Any tips on what to do when I go to the gym? I go, but it's hard to know what exercises to do on what days. Just feels pointless to go with no structure. Any tips? Help. Thank you for the $10. Currently 300 pounds. Any tips on what to do when I go to the gym? I go, but it's too hard to know what exercises to do on what days. Just feels pointless to go with no structure. Any tips? Help. You're doing too much. You're doing too much to start, man. I don't know what to tell you. I feel like you're, I've lost 50 pounds before. But, I feel like you're doing too much. You don't want to go into the gym and immediately start the most rigorous structure of all time, dude. Just go there and work up a sweat, man. Go there and work up a sweat until you're 280. That's what I would do. Start walking, dude. You know, walking on a treadmill, some shit, and whatever you want to do. I'd just start working up a sweat for a bit. And then once you get into the routine of working up a sweat and actually go into the gym and actually getting some kind of physical exertion out of it, then it will be much easier to transition from that discipline that you've already created of something a lot easier into changing that into a discipline of working out. But yeah, don't ask me for advice. But that's what I would say if you're 300 pounds. Sometimes it can be daunting to jump on all the intricate weight machines and shit, you know. Just get there and work up a sweat, man. You're 300 pounds. It's easy. It's easy at this point, dude. You'll lose 20 pounds in about a few months. Or a month. Or 2. Thank you for Prime. That shit don't last fucking 10 seconds. Can I get a Ghibli? Oh, fucking hell, sir. I don't like it, sir. Neil Magny. Thank you for the 10 months. Andrew Tate versus Jake Paul, boxing only. Jake Paul knocks him out. Did you see Sergey mogged Bones? I did. He didn't shake his hand. Based as fuck. Oh, fucking hell. I can't leave. I've got a video out. Who's the best prospect in the UFC? Feels like the top ones have even been checked by guys like Derrida who have graduated to a contender. I don't know who the best prospects in the UFC are right now. I can't list all of the best fucking prospects in the UFC, you dumb fuck. Probably, I think Montel Jackson is pretty decent. I think Kevin Vallejos is very, very good as well. I think that at welterweight, you know, Islam Dulatov is a new prospect on the block that we are going to have to pay some attention to. Other than that, I'm not sure because every good prospect in the UFC gets beaten by some fucking unk because the new generation of humans are fucking bitches. Guru, stop bullying me, bro. Thank you for the $2. Death sentence 5 years ago. That's a beatable guy. True. Prime death sentence could have beaten him. Impression of MMA Guru gooning? No. Asking Guru for weight loss advice is like asking a retard to do your math homework. Thank you for the $2. Retards are often good at math. Better than you fucking normal-brained fucking people that can get distracted by things. Impression of gypsies accusing not enough tuna in their potato. Oh, there's not enough fucking tuna in here. CT Vault listening to one of my beats. Hang on a minute. This one's actually a fucking jam. Remember when El Disgusto used his folklore monster Riz on that podcast, Girly and Skirter? I do remember that. I'm thinking Drake's 9 inches. Chewy-wees. I do remember that, yeah. And disgusted her. If your parents said you were adopted from Dagestan, would you fly to Dagestan and immediately start banging your cousin? No, I would not do that. Thank you for the $8 Australian. No. Soccer players. Reyes and Yan versus Yan rematch. Might pick Reyes. I do think he is a good matchup to beat Ank too. So glad he's back. Made my life so much better. Thank you for the $5. Good Noodle MMA. I appreciate you. I might go Reyes as well over Yan. You know what, though? Probably I might go Yan. I'll probably have to go Yan Blachowicz. The first fight with Yan and Reyes was so one way that I might have to go Yan. It's not like he caught Reyes. He straight up figured him out and shut him down within seconds. Had to stream the fight in pixels in Cabo. Bryce W. Thank you for the $2, dude. I was amped for Bryce's win. I sent Bryce a recording of the chat spamming
the Christian symbols after he won, and he seemed pretty ecstatic about that. What did he say? Bryce said, I sent him a video of you guys spamming the cross in chat after his win, and he said, that's the power of the Holy Spirit. What a blessing. You guys in chat are the power of the Holy Spirit right here, dude. Blessing Bryce Mitchell, dude. He's very thankful for it. Either way. Impression of CTE Volk telling God he overcooked Shara's eye. CTE Volk. Alright, this Shara Megamedov fella, you've made him perfect. Alright, now tell him to look the other side at me. Hang on a minute. Maybe you haven't. Impression of CTE Volk telling God, I've already read it. What the fuck? Don't forget, I became a fan from your... Thank you for the $5. UFC 319 is an hour away from me. Is it worth the money to go? And what are the most exciting fights on that card? Thank you for the $5. Yeah, UFC 319 is worth it, dude. Up and down the card, it's pretty good. If you just look at the top fights, it's not. But it will probably be a very fun card if you look at the card. Brian Battle, Naselton Ruzaboev, guaranteed fun. Edson Barboza, Drakkar Klose, guaranteed fun. Chase Hooper, Alexander Hernandez, probably going to be a fun fight. Andrade versus Godinez, even as a women's fight, that's probably going to be fun. Gerald Meerschaert, Mikhail Alexeychuk, guaranteed fun. Bobby Green, Diego Ferreira, likely very fun. Tim Elliott, Kaya Sakura, guaranteed fun. So even though it's a weak card in terms of name value, it's still going to be fun up and down it. Cannonier MVP, fun if Cannonier wins. Dead, dull, boring nothingness if MVP wins, but very skillful. So you could experience that. Murphy Pico should be fun unless Murphy wins and gets his way. Neil Prates, same thing. Duplessis Chimaev. You got to be there for it, dude. That's a good card. Even though it doesn't have big names, all the fights are like, ooh, I'm excited for this. Thank you for the $2. I couldn't believe the Whitaker cope yesterday. I couldn't believe it either, dude. Fucking delusional. Chat, hear me out, yeah? Now we were removed from the fight. Dude, Derrida didn't hold on for dear life in that fight, I don't think. The way people suggest that he did. He was either keeping up with Whitaker or beating him on the feet. And then he worked the clinch. I don't think he was holding on the way people were describing. What I think people were trying to do with me is they were trying to get me to be a hypocrite by not calling him out the same way I would call out Ankalaev. But I don't think it was as bad as that. Like, I feel like he was in the clinch to try and damage him and beat him. He was holding. Was he holding in the clinch? I don't think he was holding in the clinch. In fact, I feel like Whitaker could have left that position a lot of times. I think he broke Whitaker, dude. I think he was breaking Whitaker. Whitaker did not look like he had the same level of heart in the later rounds than he normally does. He looked like he was broken. He didn't like the knees to the body anymore. He didn't like the punches to the body in the clinch. Only really the last round he was holding. I'd have to rewatch the last round, but I was watching the highlights of it, and I was like, dude, every time he's in the clinch, he did a lot of work in the clinch, you know? A lot of work in the clinch. And that's just from the highlights. So there must have been a lot more in the fight. Thank you for the $5. I have a feeling Mario beats Umar if he does that in one of the fights. And it just kind of revealed how shit MMA fighters were at the time. Unless they were taking on some bully that was like also a fucking victim himself, you know what I mean? Where it's kind of like if you are getting bullied by that person, you kind of deserve it. Would Superior do well versus Crawford Canelo winner? No. If each race had to choose a champion for a Hunger Games, who do you think should represent each? White's Tom Aspinall. You can't call Dipset. We've already got him. We've already got Tom Aspinall. We choose Tom. And for everyone else, so that'd be Ngannou for black people for sure, right? Ngannou for black people. Aspinall for white people. For Asians, they ain't got a fucking shot if we're pulling out them dogs. You know what I'm saying? If whites and blacks are pulling out Aspinall and Ngannou, good fucking luck. You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying to anyone else. Mexico, I guess, would have to bring out Dominic Reyes. Even though he's from America, but yeah. Dominic Reyes. Or Prime Kane. Maybe Prime Kane. Are we doing primes? We can do primes.
Asians. Yeah, Dagestan is in Asia, but a continent doesn't make a race. So Asians, yeah, Dagestan, Habib, they only make tiny ones, or Ankalaev. And then I don't know what the fuck Indians are gonna do. I guess Jubilee, put Jubilee in there against all our dogs, and I don't know. Yeah, maybe China can send Zhang Wei Li. Yeah, that's true. Aspinall's gonna need a wife in this Hunger Games world that we're in. You gotta consider that as well. And then India's got Anshul Jubilee. What else? I don't know what else. It's hard. It's hard other than that. What other races of human are there? What about the irrelevant ones? Samoans, I guess, Taffa. Justin Taffa, I guess. They can be in the mix there. Thank you for the $5. $2. Impression of Connor giving you tips to deal with coke nose. Mate, you're going to $5 though. Christ is Lord, Christ is God. Thank you for the $5. Send him 2 to 3 years to Arkansas and forget. True. Needs to be done. Impression of Bryce inappropriately touched by John Jones. Don't ever do it again, brother, or you'll be smited next time for such felon behavior. They was charging interest. They were, dude. I wish you would have dropped something like that. I had to charge that boy interest. Thank you for the $2, Bryce, by the power of the Lord. Damn right. When's the fishing interview? I don't know when the fishing interview is going to be. Don't do that. Thank you for the $2 Canadian dollars, dude. Thank you for the membership for 37 months. CD, I appreciate the membership, dude. Thank you. When's the fishing interview? September, I think. September, October time, I'm thinking. Bryce, the second coming of Jesus Christ himself. Thank you for the $2. I got a lot of moves I need to make first before I get out into America. I'm kind of doing something big in terms of setting myself up in a way. Thank you for the $2. 3 out of 4 of these people don't pray or go to church. All right, thank you for the 2. Lukewarm Christians you're accusing him of being. Christ is king. Thank you for the $5, dude. Christ is king. Bryce shouted, I'll never kiss that wall. Never, dude. Sean O'Malley has a donation request. You guys want to hear Sean O'Malley's impression request? Sean O'Malley's sending an impression request, chat. Shall I do Sean O'Malley's impression request? He just sent me one. What we thinking? Yes? Alright, let's see what Sean O'Malley's got to say. I think he's asking for a Schmitty impression. Let's see if I can deliver a Schmitty impression for him. Let me have a listen here. What's Sean O'Malley got to say? Hold on. Beep, 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 beep. How does Jesus... I don't know, man. Shut up, man. Stop yapping in the background, mate. I'm sick of it. Alright, thank you for the $10, guys. Everybody calm down. Jesus Christ. Right, Sean O'Malley sends in this.
So I did say impersonation, and I think someone told me there was an impersonation of you being Schmitty seeing Connor's Irish Monster. And then I got mixed up with the CJI one. So, do you have an impersonation of Schmitty seeing, or no, of Schmitty seeing Connor's dong?
We will wrangle about this one.
You got an impression of Schmitty seeing Connor's dong. Is the impression that you need. So I'm going to have to get into full character here as Schmitty. Throwing a tantrum on this. His Irish Monster, yeah. So you guys were just going to hang dumbbells off the end of your cock? And not for a second did you think, where's Schmitty? I made the fucking wardrobe massive. I made the fucking press conference for McGregor balancing weights on the end of his chode massive. And you guys not for a second said, where's Schmitty? You sent me a nude with a dumbbell hanging off your cock, and I sent you a message saying, I love you. I said, I love you. And you were still posting stories on your Instagram, ignoring my response to your picture of your cock. I feel like I'm breaking my stoicism. All right, that's the impression that O'Malley's getting of Schmitty there. Oh, you enjoyed that one, Sean. Somebody clip it and send it to me, so I send it to him on IG. Yet it's pretty. Yes, it's pretty pathetic. Christians in the West only flaunt there. All right, thank you for the $5, dude. Stop crying, dude. Bryce Mitchell won. You heathen. Little Schmitty impression. What's good, Playboy? What's up, dude? Send O'Malley 2 to 3 years. Arkansas forget. True, Arkansas 2 to 3 years. Arkansas forget. How's the Bryce fight? I missed it. Pretty boring, but Bryce out wrestled a Dagestani to a decision win. So very impressive. And he got dropped by a knee in the first round, and one of his eyes nearly shut closed. So listen, dude, he brought the fucking victory out there behind against all odds. You know, impressive. Impression of Schmitty mad. Connor didn't DM him a hog pic. You were sending Azalea Banks cock pictures, and not for a second did you think, where's Schmitty? So you guys were just sending random black American musicians pictures of your cock, and you didn't think, where's Schmitty? Oh, but now you guys are gonna say I'm making it all about me. I don't want to make it about myself because I'm practicing stoicism. Bryce won the battle of the cousin wifers. All right, man.
Oh no, I need to touch them. I'm so anxious. Oh, too bad they're already chained up for me. That's Pedro Pascal. Dude, South Park's next episode has got to be Pedro Pascal the entire town of South Park. That has to happen. South Park does a whole episode where Cartman starts to notice something different about Pedro Pascal, and then Pedro Pascal turns into like a monster that's crying about his anxiety while storming around South Park, and people going, my anxiety, it hurts, man. My anxiety is so fucking bad, man. And he's just like going after them all. That would be such a great episode, dude. And they have to defeat him. They have to defeat him by giving him real anxiety. And then by having real anxiety, he actually can't be an actor anymore because he has real anxiety. And he can't be a guy in the spotlight or a celebrity. And he ends up withering away and losing all of his powers or some shit. I don't know how they would give him real anxiety, though. Probably make fun of his brother-sister thing. Whatever one it is now. Thank you for the $2, Danny Viking. I appreciate you.